fish tank for this.
We are live.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? Harry here in the Gecko Lab.
What's up? AJ here in the Gecko shed.
In the Gecko
Brian
room.
here in the
Fish
aquarium
Fish
zoo.
lab.
Aquarium zoo.
Vincent Anderson, VDA. What's up?
Hey, Vincent! Every
What's
time
up?
I see Vincent's
Todd Rick.
Anderson, I go, Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson. So good.
Gecko Pod. What's up, Jarrell? Todd, Alyssa. Oh, what's up?
Todd,
Tammy's here.
Todd Rick.
Kathy. We got the gang.
What up?
We know that Scott's live on Palm Street too, so no, we're not taking away from Scott. Watch him as well. Watch us simultaneously.
Yes.
Watch this and then watch Scott. Watch this on your computer and watch Scott on your phone.
Side by side. Picture in picture.
One-on-one. Support everybody. Everybody gets support today.
Bobby Gecko, Blood Dragon, Raphael, what's up? Emerson, Sam Damiki.
Yo.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Is this live? Let me see.
It's been a while. It's been a while, man.
It's been a long time since we've done this.
Yeah, it's like a month and a half.
Yeah.
Brian,
yeah.
I don't see any sturgeon in that tank behind you.
don't remind me, bro. Don't remind me. Yeah, you see,
nice, Bobby. You got your shirt. Yeah.
So AJ made a comment about my sturgeon. So I had bought.
What's up, Crystal? Gecko
in the last month, I had bought 4 sturgeon now because I replaced one again. Just prior to going down to North Carolina to visit you and Gabby and seeing the store, I had picked up 2 sturgeon that literally almost the size of this guy. So this guy is 24 inches right here. This is a 24 inch. I mean, if I get close, you can see like he's the size of from my elbow to like my hand. And
it's so nice. Is it like a sharky looking thing?
It's a catfish.
It's a catfish, tiger shovel nose.
Oh, got it.
So I have a camera that's like right on the tank so I could watch it. And I see one sturgeon missing and one in his mouth. And I'm like, shit, this guy ate my freaking sturgeon. Freaking $1,500 down the drain. What's up, Mike? Parkour. Andrew.
What's up, AJ?
AJD reps.
He's AJD too. AJD, Asian AJD.
Yeah. AJD Del Rosario.
Rich from Celtic Reptiles. I haven't talked to you in a long time, Rich. I hope everything's good with you. Crystal, Gecko Diva, what's up? Oh, I gotta reach out to you. I forgot.
Let me fix my camera.
School
Vega.
Okay.
What up?
My volume's okay.
Edgardo's in here. He helped me vend this past show.
Oh, nice. That's who that was.
Yeah. At White Plains.
Is my volume okay, AJ? Brian?
Yeah. Am I all right?
Yeah. It's a little. Well, maybe are you close to it? It was just a little bit loud.
Okay. How about now when I sit back? It's okay.
Perfect.
What about me? Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Dialed. Oh, I met Lou. So his name's Lou. I met him at the show. He did a pickup from. He got something off of Palm
Street.
Lou.
Nice.
Oh, he goes by Lou, not Lewis.
Well, so the thing was, I was calling him Luis.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "Wait, is it Luis or Lewis?" He's like, just call me Lou."
He didn't even tell you.
Nah, I think it was Lewis. So I was just like, all right, I'll just. He's like, just Lou is easier.
Lou. Who else is here? Susie and Nardi Melendez. What's up? Gecko Chick. Oh, that's Gecko Chick. Okay. The more we see people, the more we recognize people.
Yep.
Andrew Pino. Who's this guy?
Andrew Pino.
Amy's here. Hello.
Amy.
Hey, Andrew Pino. If this is your first time joining, welcome.
Ricky Gmail. What's up, Ricky G?
G.
Cool.
Rick Gmail.
We'll give it a couple more minutes.
Changed his last name to Gmail, apparently.
No, Gmail named themselves after Rick.
That's true. They stole the name Gmail from Rick. Rick was Gmail first.
Ricky G,
Amy,
did you invent Gmail?
Ricky 312 Herps.
Yeah, we know who you are.
We know who you are, Rick.
We're just messing with your name.
We're trolling you, bro.
Blood Dragon. Yeah, I got an albino sterlet. I went cheaper this time, so it's doing fine now. It's
Adam Conrad.
It's
what's up?
It's only
Adam?
like 6 inches.
Amy, you got your shirt. Yay! Shirt winners.
Oh, I was supposed to ship out a shirt today. I forgot.
I have like 6 shirts to ship.
You have to do. So I used to use stamps.com and it was a little bit cheaper, but then you have to pay that $20 monthly. So, which was convenient, right? Because you just print it from your house.
Yeah,
but now you have to go to USPS and then you have to select ground. You can't do it online because they don't have that option. So you have to go in, and if you want to save like $2, it's like $6 or $7 to ship ground, but you have to go into USPS. So it's a little bit of a trouble. It's a little more.
Wait,
sounds like a pain.
Why? So you don't have stamps anymore, right?
Because I won't pay $20 a month. Yeah.
Wait, so did you cancel it and then they still gave you the discount?
I didn't go through stamps though.
No, so I canceled my stamps and they said we'll still give you the same prices. You just don't have to pay the monthly fee. Yeah, so I don't pay the monthly fee anymore. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
No. When I canceled stamps, then they said, okay, we're gonna delete your entire account. Like I was like, I can't save any of my addresses. They're like, no. I'm like, okay.
Oh, I'm gonna send you the email they sent me. They're like, hey. Okay. We want to still continue to give the discount. How about like you don't have to pay us the monthly fee, but we'll still give you the same pricing.
Okay.
I'll send. Yeah, it's weird.
Okay.
I was like, is this bullshit?
Because it's nice because like you can when you print it from home, like you just print like our Gecko labels and then you just slap it on and throw it in the box. But now I have to go to the U.S. post office and then wait in line.
I'm gonna tell you something about stamps.com though. They probably feel bad for me. Because you know how many times I paid extra because when you hit reprint, right?
Yeah.
They charge you again.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
You have to ask specifically for a refund.
Oh my God.
I did it.
Yeah.
And it was a pain and I did it and I said, screw it. I don't care. Whatever.
But you know, Redline does that too. Like if you accidentally print and then you're like, oh, can I change the name on that? They make you like refund it and then print a new one. So it's not that different.
Yeah. You can't edit a label that's already been like populated. Yeah.
Cool. We got 50 people in. We thought some people will be on Palm Street, so we'd be.
We also haven't been here in a while, so maybe people have missed us.
This is the fun zone. This is where we're not trying to sell you anything.
Oh wait. Hey guys, I got 50 geckos right here. Brian's got 100. We're gonna do a quick Palm Street.
Quick auction right here. $50? Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's funny.
You know what's good about this is also you're not really talking to yourself. We actually can talk to each other.
Yeah, it's a lot less draining to sit and talk to each other and not just sit and talk to a phone.
You know, it'd be fun if we three-way lived an auction. Obviously, that I don't think you can do that, but if we're all,
I think you could.
Oh, you can't 3 people?
You probably could. I think it would just be like a massive pain.
Oh, because it's going through one person's account. I think it's just going to go through one person's account. That's
it. Would just have to be where like Harry, you'd have to do all the switching.
Yeah. That'd be troublesome.
It would be possible.
That'd be fun.
It'd be possible. It would just take a lot of cooperation by all parties involved on tech.
Or we'll just do them once every day. It's easy.
It would be fun to try.
Preston, what's up, Preston?
What's up?
I got some fruit flies rolling.
Oh, I was gonna Preston. I was gonna get a
in Canada
99 Integra GSR I saw on Facebook Marketplace, and I was thinking of buying it, but
I had an Integra base model LS 2001 got totaled.
Oh,
that's sad.
Did you put a B18 in there?
No.
A Type R motor?
I did clear corners though.
Oh,
That's all I got.
you're such a ricer.
I was a wannabe. Preston just sold his a few months ago.
Oh, that's sad.
Did you have a muffler at least? A muffler? A fart
The
can?
tip. Richie V, first timer. Hey, welcome.
Richie.
Welcome to the Gecko Pod, episode
Richie
76 of the
V.
Gecko Pod, where we talk about breeding geckos. We talk about the hobby. We talk about the market. We talk about all the fun things. So thank you for joining us. If you all, I'll just intro us while we're here. Harry at Zero's Geckos. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Sorry.
AJ, AJD Reptiles. Put our little things up, Harry.
Yeah, that's what I was.
My little thing. Put my little thing up. Put my little thing
God,
up.
it didn't show up. Hold on.
Well, I'm Brian from
Gosh.
Who's Geckos. Brian who?
Oh my gosh, what's going on
Oh,
here?
Ron.
All right, here you go.
Oh, you see
There it is.
Let go.
That's
Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Alex is here.
Hello.
Aaron Johnson, what's up?
Hey, Ron.
He's another AJ.
There's too many.
Eureka Exotics. Oh, what's up? It's Nicole,
What's
right?
up?
Is it Nicole?
Hey, Eureka. You're so good with names.
I have a
her.
terrible name memory.
Oh,
So bad.
Me too.
I only remember because she won one of my shirt giveaways.
I know Vincent Anderson. I can remember his name.
Mr. Anderson?
Vincent bought something from me, so I remember him.
Well, also,
Vincent's actually first timer too. Okay,
his handle is
Welcome.
Vincent Anderson.
Yeah. Ricky G misses the 97 Type R. Yeah, that's the one, man.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Wait,
Did you get you got the big pleco out, right?
So do you know what I have to do to get these? I have to go in my pond. It's 62 degrees in my
So you
pond.
throw the swimsuit on and get in there?
I wish I should get a wetsuit, but I went there in my underwear.
Do they have like a wetsuit that's just pants? Like you can do waders.
Waders, you could do waders. Yeah, you know what I should have
Waders.
did? Damn, that's a smart idea.
Waders would be good.
Little Monster says
Like some fly fishing waders.
Yeah, that would work.
Anthony,
that would
you're
definitely
gorgeous.
work. Yes, Anthony, beautiful man, you.
Wolverine Jr., Anthony.
That's not even the biggest pleco I have. I have a bigger pleco in there, and so I had to get 2 plecos out. It was fun.
What's up? I don't know how to say his name. Davion.
Davion.
Davion. Yeah. What's up, man? Good to see you on here, DT. Cool. We got 54 in. Not bad for missing a few weeks, here and there.
Oh, Emma. So guess what? You met Emma at Flora Fauna, right? She
has a tattoo on her chest.
Yes.
So she volunteered to twerk at the next Flora Fauna. So just saying.
She's volunteering as tribute for you.
Yep. Nobody told me this.
People only want to see Brian twerk.
Nah.
All the ladies, young and old, would pay to see. Would pay to see Brian.
Davion.
Everybody has a crush on Brian. Who's
Davion.
Davion, what's up, Davion?
Debbie's gonna be pissed. That's so funny.
Oh, Drew is in here. What's up, Drew?
Oh, Mr. Davidson.
Drewby.
Mr. Drew. Good to see you on here.
Hey, Drew, did you go back to that restaurant since that day?
That fateful day.
Oh man, that's wild.
Was it? It must have been like that. It must have been a Wahoo. That's something that happens at Wahoo Waffle House.
No,
that was Wahoo activities, but it was not at Wahoo.
That's great.
Funny.
Oh, Debbie is going to be pissed. Preston. Debbie made me take
Oh
my
my goodness.
shirt off to get a shirt.
And you still have that shirt? You keep your shirts?
My reptiles to you, yeah, I got it.
That's good.
I have too many reptile shirts. I have like 2 giant storage bins full of reptile shirts because I get so many. I'm like, I can't wear them all, so I have to cycle them.
AJ, if you send them to me, Lauren will make you a quilt, and I'll send it back to you.
Okay.
Like, she's dead. She's dead serious. Every time I come back from a show, she's like, "Did you get more shirts?" Because
Did she make you one yet?
she needs
Or do you
more
not
shirts.
have enough? So you want me to send you shirts so that you get a quilt, or do I get a quilt back?
You get a quilt.
Oh,
I
I have a lot.
Yeah.
Is that is RTS Ricky? Is that Ricky?
Oh, Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Swan.
I thought Ricky was art. Oh, that's Ricky Swan.
Ricky Swan. I think it's him, right? Is that you,
Yeah,
Ricky?
I think so.
He changed his Facebook. He changed this.
Why?
He got hacked. No, I don't know. He said
Hackers.
he broke his phone and he couldn't get back into his phone to log for the logins.
Oh, Ricky, so I got that friend request. I was like, this is a scam, dude.
That's what I thought.
Because I thought your other one is still active, and then I was like, nah, this is a scam, so I declined. So sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so I
thought he's Harry.
I thought it was a scam too. I was like, it's like this guy's.
You broke the phone, but you can't get back in. You can't get into your account. That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Sly made it.
Oh, Sly. Long time no talk.
We're just starting, Sly, so you're good. Don't worry. It's not a scam. Okay. Yeah, refriend, Ricky. Sorry, I declined. So
well, that's the first thing a scammer would say is it's not a scam.
I don't check Facebook enough. Okay, so I asked for a few Q&As, but we didn't get too many this time, which is okay. But we do have a few topics we want to discuss, right? So I'm going to queue up some questions, but let's kick it off by starting with a topic of choice that you guys want to discuss. So there's a few things going on in the hobby this week that we can talk about. And,
what are our options?
Brian, you're laying out our options for us.
Wait, what?
Which door are we going through today?
Door number 1, Pangia. Is Pangia killing all your animals?
Door number 1.
Door number 2.
What was the other one?
Door number 2 is,
I don't know.
Palm Tree suck.
Oh, Palm Street. Palm Street.
What's door number 3? Do you have door number 3?
Well, we'll put the chat vote.
What's door number 3, guys? Okay,
you guys
door number 1.
Number 3 for us.
Door number 1.
We'll walk through it eventually.
Oh no, they were saying like, oh, so I've seen like the recent memes of like the my pet's safe from getting eaten and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
We'll
not do that one.
And then the Taipan snake guy that got bit by the Taipan snake looking for the anti-venom. Did you see that
guy
one?
die?
He's got to be. If he doesn't have it by now, he's got to be dead.
That's so crazy.
What's up, Stephanie? So many options. There are a lot of options.
Ooh, yeah.
This week, people might think that maybe we planned this live because there's been stuff going on this week. Not true. No. It just all happened to explode in the past 3 days. So we already had this on the calendar for like 2 weeks. So.
We're just like, oh, let's get on and chat. We had no agenda. So today is just the hobby loaded it up for us, you know? We just have stuff to talk about. So
yeah.
Oh, the guy's still in the coma. I guess they can't find the anti-venom.
I don't think anybody in rural South Carolina has got a coastal taipan.
What's up, Jack?
Anti-venom, probably.
Jack.
Oh, he's out of the coma. He's posting on his story. Nice.
Simple Jack's here.
Simple Jack Reptiles.
He should just chop his arm off.
That'd probably be the safest way.
Yeah, just amputate.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so you guys start talking about something while I pull up a few cues.
What do you guys want first? You want Palm Street or you want Pangia?
Yeah. Chat vote.
Chat vote. Vote in the chat.
P or P? Palm or pan?
Personal pan pizza. I'm picking the triple P.
Patrick votes for Pangia. Mike votes for Pangia.
Oh, it looks like everybody
Jack
wants
is
Pangia.
simple as always. Richie says Pangia. Amy, Palm Street. Oh, I can't pull up your comments live. There's children watching. Canadian
so salty. So
Canadian
salty. I think Pangia wins.
All right, Pangia. Let's step through door number 1.
Okay.
All right. So what's happening with Palm? For those who don't know,
with Pangia,
AJ and Brian, lay it out for us. What's going on
with Pangia?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with Pangia.
I think it was yesterday morning, right? Was it yesterday morning? Was the start?
Wasn't it this morning?
I thought it was yesterday morning.
Maybe
I was out grocery shopping, so I don't think it was today. It was yesterday.
I can't keep track of days.
It was yesterday. So yesterday morning, I was at the grocery store and I saw like every major Facebook group that I was in, a post go up with an article in it that was posted by Cindy from Gecko Haven. And that all those posts and all those groups had comments disabled. So you could not comment. And basically the outline or the allegations in the article was that it was kind of multifold, but I would say that the key points were that Pangia had ingredients present in the diet due to testing that weren't on the label, that there was higher than what the test deemed as acceptable levels of a heavy metal. Cadmium, or is it cadmium? Is it cadmium?
Cadmium.
Battery.
And then the final thing was people were basically complaining that the labeling on the bag of growth and breeding would lead to people harming their animals because they didn't know how much of it to offer. Like should I give it, 0.1 ounces or 0.2 ounces? That, and also, is this a diet you can feed 365, or is this like use it for a month and don't, or every other feeding, that kind of a thing? Those were kind of like the main things, where it was basically communication of how to use the product, transparency on maybe changes in the formula not being reflected on the bag, and then that cadmium thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's kind of like the TLDR on the article.
And basically they had sent one bag of growth and breeding to a lab, right, to get tested for their guaranteed nutritional analysis, to get
who had sent the sample in.
And it was Cindy from Gecko Haven who sent this in, right?
Okay.
And I think what the results were that, like, they didn't match up to the guaranteed analysis nutritional facts on the bag, right? Saying that whatever, like you said, there's certain levels that were higher than others, and there were certain ingredients in there that weren't labeled on the ingredients. And so she made this big, giant, well-written post, right? I would say it was a very long
Are you talking about the document?
The document she wrote.
Well,
yeah.
And I don't know. When I saw the article, I felt like there was sections that felt well written, and then there was other sections that felt almost copy paste. And then all the like screen grabs of Facebook comments that were inputted, it felt like I was watching, I don't know. To me, it felt like I was watching like a high schooler's like presentation in class. but
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it was. I mean, I skimmed through it. I didn't. I could.
Yeah,
There was. I couldn't read that whole thing.
I thought the first few pages where they were kind of explaining like the why, I thought that was good. Then it was just kind of like 40 pages of, I don't know. It felt kind of
redundant
or just recycled material.
Yeah.
I know that Matt from Pangia had put up a post basically claiming that the majority of the article was AI written. We have no way to know that. I mean, I know he says he can know that, but I don't think we can claim that.
I think you can send things to get
to another AI to tell you if an AI wrote it.
Yeah, I think
that's what he basically said.
So like I know in like the corporate world, like you can there's a lot of things like that they can determine if it was like ChatGPT written or like some AI written documents. So yeah, I think it was he was able to send it. I'm sure he's got the money that he can send it to somebody to do that.
Yeah. And so his claim was that it was AI written, which I don't know if that's, I don't know. That doesn't really answer what people were questioning.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll kind of go back. I don't know where we kind of start with this. Do we talk about?
So we know the facts. We know the facts. The facts are there is a scathing review about Pangia diet.
Yeah.
Is it particularly about growth and breeding or something else?
Well, only growth and breeding, they said.
Growth and breeding is the one. Well, growth and breeding is the one that they did the study on. But if you read the comments, the key contributor, so it was Cindy and that was Modesty, are the two people that are the key contributors. And Modesty is saying, "Oh, I saw comments in there from her saying, oh, people have experienced the same issues with Fig and Insect." So they're throwing other diets. Like, I wouldn't use Fig and Insect either. That's also causing issues. They're actually saying that. So it's I feel like growth and breeding is kind of like on the chopping block, but they're also sprinkling the other diets underneath.
Flavors. Okay.
But they only got one thing tested,
one bag of growth and breeding.
Okay, yes. so that's what they're reviewing. It sounds like it was AI generated, right? Because we got a response from Matt Park.
That's what Matt claims.
Matt
Park owns Pangia,
and that's what he claimed was that they're going to be putting a response together, but that he, by asking another AI or another person that used AI, discovered the article was written mostly by AI.
That's funny. I didn't know you could do that, by the way. I didn't know you can use AI to define if AI generated it.
That's why I'm not going to say anything. I don't have a stance on that.
Yeah, we're unbiased on this. We're just going to state
the facts. Yeah.
We're just stating facts of what we read. Mm-hmm. And that's it. And then there was a lot of banter in the comments before the comments got taken off, and I read that one person, and obviously I don't want to throw people under a bus or names, they stated hey, this is it seems like a smear campaign because you didn't test anything else, and if you test other stuff then that would make more sense, but why would you just test this one product? Right. And
their rationale is that the people that have had these issues, the rationale is that people that have reported this issue. I saw that question, Brian, why didn't you guys test other diets? And they said this was the only diet that seemed to have commonality where people were reporting issues, and that was the commonality.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I know us three feed Pangia.
Mm-hmm.
We also feed growth and breeding.
Mm-hmm.
And Fig and Insect. I feed and Fig and Insect. Those two for the last 3 years. I've never fed anything else.
Yep.
And I haven't had any issues either.
I mean,
so I think saying that, like, because that was their argument, if you use primarily growth and breeding, that's when you have issues. And I know, Brian, you use almost entirely.
Yeah. My majority,
like 90%.
I use mostly growth and breeding, and I have no issues. I mean, obviously, I don't just use straight growth and breeding because I blend it with other stuff in there. But I've never had any.
That's the
never had an issue in all the years and all the gecko. I've probably fed thousands of geckos throughout the last 5 years of growth and breeding, and I've yet had any issues with fertility or like health issues, because
they were saying liver failure, fertility.
I mean, I was hoping maybe I have some fertility issues because I'm producing so many damn eggs. It's nonstop.
Well, Brian, you know why that is, right?
Why?
Because you've been using the fertility boosters.
Oh, you're right. Those
you're using the male appendage, crystals, and the female appendage crystals.
At Pam's crystals, or what's her Gecko District?
Gecko District's crystals really boosted your fertility at your place.
You know what? Maybe these people who are having these fertility issues should have watched our video
and bought some crystals.
Yeah.
Inspire the male, you know?
Yeah. Damn it.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, wait. So they were reporting liver issues and fertility issues as symptoms.
Which I don't think the reported liver issues are based. There wasn't any cited necropsies.
Yeah, that's right. How do you know they have liver issues?
That's what I'm saying. There wasn't like any supported necropsies. I mean, I will say, so we'll say this, like I can speak for myself. I am not like, I have no skin in the game to protect Pangia. Zero.
Like,
zero. None of us, we all pay for Pangia. None of us have good deals. None of us have, none of us have sponsorships. I would be the first if there was an issue. Cheaper deal. If there was an issue, I'd be the first one. Yeah, right. Pangia sponsor us. No. I'm ready to sell out. I'm ready. You know,
also
if there was, I would say, so I won't like out, but the biggest producers of crested geckos in the country, the people that are producing 20, 30, 40, 100,000 geckos a year, the big players feed Pangia. If there was an issue where that was going to impact their collections, they would switch.
And I'm going to say 90% of breeders use Pangia.
Yeah.
90%.
Well, so I took a poll a few months ago. Significantly,
it's 90+%.
Pangia is very significant, and then tiny percentage do Repashy, but then like a decent amount they mix both Pangia and Repashy. But a huge amount of people feed Pangia primarily, and then other diets who have BBC.
Anthony doesn't think 90%.
It is. I mean, based on the polls, it was 90%.
It was a small sample size, Anthony. So we'll give it that.
It wasn't. I mean, it was like 100 people.
It was over 100 people.
Anthony, I'm saying breeders. I'm not talking about like pet owners and stuff like that. Pet owners use Zoomed, but breeder wise, I think
they're using baloney water. That's what they're using.
Hot dogs.
Did I ever tell you guys about that?
No.
So back in the day, before Pangia existed, before Repashy existed, right when I started breeding geckos, we would feed geckos, and everybody's gonna crap on this because the people that sell food love to crap on this. But for 2-3 years before diets came out, we all used baby food and every gecko. So adults, juvies, everything got baby food mixed with calcium powder, and then crickets, like all continuum. And we had no issues with animals. I think when you had irresponsible breeders or not even breeders, pet keepers that would only feed baby food, you'd run into MBD, right? Mm-hmm. So I had somebody come to me and say, I was at a show. This guy was like, I don't feed insects. I'm like, dude, you have to. Like, from a calcium standpoint and from a like macronutrient standpoint, you have to feed crickets. He goes, no, man, I blend bologna into the diet. I blend bologna into the baby food, and my geckos are doing great.
That's so funny.
I'm like, maybe you've got it figured out, man. I'll tell Pangia, guys, you got to change your formula. 2 ingredients, bologna and fruit. That's it.
We need the bologna flavor.
Lifespan wasn't shortened with that. The bologna, I don't know. I talked to the guy one time.
He was out of the hobby by next year.
This was in 2005, guys. I don't know.
He probably was making it for himself.
That's true. He just liked the bologna smoothies. So I was saying,
nasty.
I think if there was an issue, us who, do this, at least like me, and I know you guys do it, like maybe not like to the same extent as me, but for like you rely on it for some level of income, or you'd hope to rely on it for some level of income. If we had an issue, we wouldn't use the product.
Yeah.
I'd be the next day switching.
First I would throw everything in the trash and be spending the money on whatever next
I wouldn't
thing,
even feed what I had left. I'd throw $1,000 worth of diet out and get rid of it if it was causing me issues.
I feel like you guys know, and everybody knows how I feel about Lagarde. I thought Lagarde was behind this whole thing because they're so grimy. I think they're so grimy how they market, and it's like they're definitely behind this.
Well, and watch. I guarantee you'll see already. I've seen this week pushes by BPZ, pushes by Blue River Diet.
Oh yeah.
Pushes by Lagarde. So like, and rewind. So you guys don't know this, because Brian might know this, but Pangia used to be the #1 distributor of Repashy superfoods. Repashy.
Oh wow.
So Repashy they had changed. This is all based on, I'm not saying this is not 100%. This is what was reported. Back then it was the general consensus. And from the ingredients, it makes sense. So Repashy started to export their diet to Asia, and Asia had a no ship on whey or dairy products from the US. I think it was still like mad cow disease era or whatever. So Repashy changed the diet. He called it 3.0, and he changed it, or he called it, I think it was 3.0. And he switched the protein to pea protein from whey. And a bunch of animals had issues when they switched that diet. And tons of people were freaking out. And then guess what happens? Pangia goes, here's our new diet. And then takes all this business from Repashy, and then Repashy and Pangia split. Obviously, Pangia is not selling Repashy products anymore. And then history. Pangia products are born. So Pangia kind of swooped in on a controversy.
Does Alan hate Matt Parks?
I don't know. I honestly, I don't have a relationship with Alan enough to tell you that. No, I don't think they're friendly. I don't think they're friendly.
Hey, man, I just stole your business. Hey, you want to be friends still?
I mean, Repashy is hugely successful. I think Gecko Diet is like 10% of what he sells. So
yeah,
I don't think he's worried about it.
But he makes money on Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
He makes money doing a lot of things, Alan does.
Yeah.
But
smart man.
I think, just from a history lesson, this has happened before. I mean, Pangia basically took advantage of a situation like this to launch their own product in the past, or at least it was very convenient when it came out. I'm not saying that they saw the thing and then they quick threw together a diet, but like they were ready with a diet. So it was, don't tell me that, Sly. What did Sly say?
She said nobody want their geckos.
Oh yeah, my geckos will not eat Mulberry Madness either. I have 16 pounds. I have 16 pounds of it. Nothing will eat it. So
yeah, Mulberry Madness is probably like, the only thing that I think is worse than Mulberry Madness is all of Lagarde's products.
Gecko Pod does not endorse Who's Gecko's
opinion of Lagarde's is his own.
I'm a rogue, man. I'm solo.
That's funny.
The views,
But
we need to have a disclaimer. The views of Brian Hu do not reflect the Gecko Pod.
I am not affiliated with the Gecko Pod. I am a guest.
Oh yeah, man.
Gecko Pod is just those two up there, and anything
Brian,
I say is
Brian
not
can say whatever he
affiliated
wants.
with Gecko Pod. Yeah,
But I do know that Lugardi was in my comments trying to sell products in my post before. I was like, what is
That's
dirty, man. That's dirty.
That's dirty.
Yeah, don't do that.
So
Don't
get ready,
tell other
guys.
people's
I'm
posts.
gonna just say, watch the next week how many ads you get for Blue River, BPZ,
Sweet Reptiles,
Lugardi, Sweet Reptiles. Just watch.
Aerotonic.
Now is the time to strike with your
Oh
diet.
yeah, maybe it was.
But the problem is, it
was him. It was AJ.
Yeah, it was me. Right.
He's the mastermind. All of a sudden, AJ's
so
got food coming out next week.
I mean, I have a food I could put out, but the thing that I will say, so from a person that has, I've worked with food scientists and I've used that same lab to develop my own food when I developed it a few years ago.
The same lab that they did the testing on?
Midwest Laboratories.
Oh,
yeah. That's the lab
that's the main lab.
Rapashi uses it. A lot of people use it. So when I developed food, what I can tell you is that, and I could see this even, I'll play devil's advocate for Pangia. Even when you're ordering products from this, so the diet has say 50 ingredients in it. Even when you order, pick any ingredient, pick banana powder, banana flake, the source in which the bananas come from that they make the flake out of changes. Like you can't get the source of where everything comes in. It might be the same ingredient. It might be banana powder or it might be banana flake, but these bananas came from El Salvador. These bananas came from Costa Rica. And so when you actually get like the sugar breakdown, the vitamin and mineral breakdown, like that stuff is slightly variable. So to a point, that's why when you see the crude analysis on a bag, it's crude minimums. So they say the minimum amount of protein is 17% or whatever it is, okay. Crude protein, 17%. So you might test bag A and bag B from two different lots. And this one's 17 and this one's 18.5.
Yeah.
But there's a minimum, there's a threshold because there's variance in all of these products we use. These are natural products. Like if you grow one tomato and another tomato in two different areas, and then you break them down, this one could have 50% more sugar than this one because the soil it was grown in. It's not as black and white as banana powder is banana powder. And so I think that, you do as much testing as you can. And obviously the supplier can provide you with their own testing when you're buying products, but you're also relying on all those 50 ingredients. You're relying on the suppliers to be truthful too.
Yeah.
And so I have some grace on the fact that there's only, you can control a lot of things, but you can't control if your suppliers aren't truthful with you.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you can't, there's variables. You can take as many things into your own hands as possible. And you could test, and I'm sure they're doing testing every time they're doing, I would test every time you're doing like a new lot, like a big new lot, you retest. But
what does it cost to do that analysis test?
Well, it depends. If you're just doing, it's been a while. I haven't tested in probably a year. Because I haven't been making my diet in a little while. Just because I've been using Pangia because I've been busy. But it was maybe like $75 to $100 to do like a single test. But there's 100 different tests that you can do.
Just like singling
like if you
out
wanted
a
to
certain
just
ingredient.
If you wanted to do protein, fat, moisture, ash, vitamin, mineral, all calcium, all those different things. You wanted to just get like the standard breakdown of nutrients. Yeah, it's probably $75.
Oh, okay.
So
That's not bad.
But what I would say, so something when I read that whole article and everything, my thought was, so I'll say this. When I worked on my own diet, the first thing I did was I was like, I want to know if the diets are actually accurate to the bag, right? So the first thing I did when I made my own diet is I sent those diets in. I sent like 3 from Pangia, 3 from Repashy, BPZ, because that was what was out at the time. I sent those all to Midwest Labs so I could see actually how accurate they were to the bags. They're not that accurate. At least 3-4 years ago, there was some pretty huge, like I remember one bag, I won't say what brand it was or anything, but I remember one bag I tested, fat was supposed to be like 6%. It was like 20%.
Oh,
I mean, it was like shockingly high.
Yeah, that's not even close.
And then another one, protein's supposed to be 18%, it's 10%.
Is there like when you come out with a product, are you required to test multiple bags in terms of
there's no regulation on the Gecko on the pet food. I'm maybe on cat and dog, but there's no regulation on
the Gecko's
reptile food.
Okay.
They could sell you anything in a bag. There's no regulation on the supplement industry.
That's right. Because it's not FDA approved or anything like that either.
No, it's not. Yeah. If it's not pharmaceutical or if it's not a human grade food product, it's not regulated.
That's why I stopped taking melatonin.
That and all the crazy dreams. The sleepwalking.
Yeah. I used to pop. I think I got to the point where I was taking like 20 milligrams to fall asleep.
Oh, geez.
Oh, my goodness.
And I was like, they're like telling you like don't do it because they don't really regulate it. You could be taking fucking 100 milligrams. You're gonna kill yourself.
You're like horse strength.
So I guess all that to say, when I tested diet, I was discouraged and encouraged because I'm like, okay, I'm discouraged that what I'm getting is not super consistent. Repashy is pretty consistent. I will say that from the testing, Repashy's pretty close. But Repashy, I mean, he's legit. I mean, other than that one, issue he had with pea protein back in the day, I feel like he's a pretty solid businessman and he runs a tight ship. So
what is their number one flavor for Repashy?
I would say if I had to pick one, it would be mango, was it mango super blend or just classic? Because classic is what we all fed before Pangia.
What flavor is it? Like tropical flavor? Like
it's like banana.
It's like banana.
It's like banana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cherry bomb. None of my stuff ate cherry bomb.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm curious to try it. My stuff all eats.
I tried cherry bomb. Cherry bomb's not bad. I feel like
mulberry madness. Mulberry madness. I don't know what thickener is in that, but it turns when you mix mulberry madness, it turns into straight up like. It turns into like concrete in the blender. It is crazy. You can mix like half the amount of diet to water ratio, and it still comes out thicker than anything else. That diet is insanely thick.
So
Allie,
like
we've been talking.
So you're saying mulberry madness they use to build concrete foundations?
I think they're building they're building all those buildings in China that fall down all the time.
Maybe somebody should use a little bit of mulberry madness to mix with the Lugardi that mixes like water.
Yeah, that's Lugardi needs to just make a copycat of mulberry madness and mix it into their diet.
We got to switch off of food because I'm just gonna keep shitting on Lugardi.
Oh no!
So I'll say this before we move off of food.
Hold on, Emma says hers love mulberry. So
Emma, I got 16 pounds of it. I'll sell to you. Hit me up. I'll sell it to you.
Half price.
16 pounds.
Oh my goodness!
You could build the house with that.
I got this. I'm building this cinder block retaining wall. I ran out of mortar. I just started using mulberry madness instead. Blue River, in my opinion, has no history behind it. So I'm not going to feed it to my animals yet.
Yeah,
Me personally, I mean, but I'm relying on, like, my animals are my income and my job. So I'm not going to feed a non-tested product just because somebody, in my opinion, just because somebody went to New Caledonia and filmed a couple videos of some trees doesn't mean they know how to make a diet.
Was it really them though? I thought I thought they were just sponsoring some guy, like a YouTuber that was going. I don't think they actually went.
I mean, that's even worse.
Yeah, I think they're just
that's even worse.
I think they're sponsoring a guy that went there, and that's what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, so I was gonna say this. I'll say I think any of these things that Gecko Haven and Modesty and all these people are calling for out of Pangia, I think they need to also look in the mirror and ask that of themselves, because they distribute a diet as well. Modesty makes a diet and Cindy distributes that diet. So where's the testing on their own diet? Why hasn't that been put out? Where's the feeding instructions on that diet? Same thing with, they should ask that of Rapashi, of BPZ, of Blue River. I think it can't be just, Pangia is required to do all these things and nobody else is. So my opinion is, if we're going to ask that of Pangia, you have to ask that of everybody, including yourselves.
Yeah.
So I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Transparency for all. If you're going to ask for transparency, be prepared to give it yourself.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting topics. Let me see. I think there were a few questions that we missed. Yeah. If you guys have any more comments on or questions in regards to the discussion that we had, feel free to throw it in the comments and we'll pull them up as we go. But
so something on food that I think you and all three of us agree on, is we highly, highly, highly feed insects.
Yes.
Yes.
And historically, these geckos were not fed commercial diets as their primary food source, as the only thing that they ate. And so I think that probably some issues that people run into is because they completely rely on these commercial diets as their only nutrition for their animal. Where in the wild, if you think about it, it's so funny when I talked to June from Oint Reptile, when we talked to John DeBoer, I talked to another person who went to New Caledonia. I asked them all the same question. Did you see any fruit on the floor of the forest? Any? And they all said no.
So I was talking to somebody, and I don't know how true this is.
I don't even know if there is fruit on the island.
Somebody said that.
Hey, I want to know if geckos are finding cows to suck the whey out of their udders. That's what I want to know.
I heard that, like, back in the day, they did like a necropsy on a wild crested gecko in New Caledonia, and there was found no like fruit or anything in there, and they didn't
I don't
find
think they did one on cresteds. I think it was gargs.
Was it gargs? I thought it was
only gargs.
Oh, okay.
But there was no fruit.
Somebody just told me this. I was like, oh, that makes sense.
I think the only gut content study was done on gargs, and then maybe they did one on lychees. But they've never done one on cresteds, as far as my knowledge. Yeah. But in order to do a gut content study, they have to kill like
right in the wild
multiple animals, multiple. And the government of New Caledonia won't even let you really go to where cresteds are anymore. You think they're going to let you kill 10? No.
Yeah. They found a lot
of bovia and garg.
They eat.
So I guess what I'm saying is, like, if you follow the logic, so Ricky's saying fruits are seasonal and don't last long when in season at all. So even if we follow that logic, even if it's seasonal and then it falls and then a gecko happens to find it, is that actually a reliable food source where that would be a food source they'd be eating even weekly, even every other week, even monthly? Probably not. So I guess logic would say the commercial diet should probably be secondary to insects as far as how we use them. And I think that's my takeaway from this is I think we should feed more bugs and less diet.
Yeah. I just got 10,000 crickets in today.
I got.
I mean, I hate giving my money to cricket companies, but
oh my god,
don't give it to Josh's. I'm
Josh's frogs. Don't get Harry started on Josh's frogs. And speaking about Josh's frogs, we'll make a pivot. Harry always talks about it on his Palm Streets.
Oh yes, yeah. We're not gonna dive too deep into the crickets, but I got my Pangia. I got 6,000.
Oh gosh, now you're buying crickets from Pangia. No.
I know, man. Oh, my gecko's gonna die, dude.
Bro, did you check the cadmium levels in those crickets you got? Make sure you check it.
I'm all Pangia'd out right now. So. We're giving away our money to Pangia. They give us nothing. And here we are protecting them. We're not protecting them, by the way.
Did you hear Josh's frogs purchase Lugardi?
Oh wow. My god!
No.
When you couldn't think that it could get worse, it did.
I have so much to say.
That's
about that,
awesome. That's awesome.
Wait, now is Gecko Pod now affiliated with hating Lugardi now that Josh's frogs bought Lugardi?
Yeah, now Josh Lugardi is now fair game for Harry.
Brian hates Lugardi. I hate Josh's frogs.
Wait, what is my? I don't feel like I actually hate any company.
AJ, you're the neutral one.
I know. I'm so neutral.
Man. I don't hate Josh's frogs. I just the cricket is a fiasco out here in the West. That's all. It's crazy.
Harry does hate Josh's frogs, no matter what he says.
They do me dirty every time. No apologies. They never apologize. By the way, they never apologize. It's crazy.
Monday, go on his Palm Street and talk about Josh's frog.
Everybody go on Harry's lives and talk to him about Josh's frogs.
Oh my gosh! Once I see Josh's frogs, it's a trigger.
Did they ever respond to your email? By the way, that you said
no.
No. Thank you for not apologizing.
Yeah,
I accept your not apology.
I was like,
John DeBoer's here. John, go back and watch the last hour.
John,
now he just shows up.
John,
John, the man of the hour.
John DeBoer. Everybody, give your hate towards John DeBoer now. I'm just kidding.
John's been scrambling. It's been emergency meetings. Everything.
You could have called me. We were nice. Don't worry.
Yeah, we were nice. You could have called me, John. No,
we were very
not.
Fair.
No,
we did not crap on Pangia.
Somebody messaged him like, "Yo, they want you to Pangia to sponsor the Gecko Pod."
Yeah,
jump on
John,
now.
We'll just say this. If you don't sponsor us, we're gonna have to pull this down and reshoot a new episode.
We're gonna be like, all right. We're like, all right. Let's everybody. Josh's frogs is the best. Lugardi's best.
Pangia, don't buy it. We're all about Josh's frogs now. Thank you for sponsoring Josh's frogs.
That mulberry madness is the best from Apache.
Free diet. Give me that growth and breeding, baby.
Oh, that's so funny. Free diet. Oh my goodness, that's wild.
How much money, Brian? How much a year you getting paid to switch to Lugardi?
Oh my God, Lugardi.
200K?
Wait, is it? Okay, wait. Is it true?
I would say
it is true. Is it true that Josh has bought Lugardi? Is that just someone saying that?
I don't know. Bobby said it, so I don't know if is he being
okay. We don't know that, right?
That would be really funny.
No, we don't know.
We'll find out. Pangia should just buy it and then throw it all in a dumpster.
Oh, it's a joke. All right, Bobby. Thank you. I was like, there's no way you're triggering us both.
That's good. Now I can still order from Josh's frogs. Thank God.
Yeah. I have no.
I was really upset because I got an order coming from Josh's Frogs this week. Not crickets.
Let me
not
guess that
crickets.
is the egg cartons, right? You get
egg
cartons.
cartons.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy spiders too.
Totally fine. Yeah.
They have I
Josh's
just
Frogs
buy
works
some
a lot. Works well.
wholesale
Works well
animals.
for other people.
There was a cricket supplier I used to use where you just got tons of spiders for free when you got your crickets in. I used to buy from this cricket supplier. When you'd open the box, like 100 spiders came out of it.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Why would they not separate it?
I don't know. They had like a spider infestation problem, so all the cricket bins were full of spiders.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, bro! I would never order from them.
Oh yeah, I had to stop for sure.
Oh, that's
Hell
so funny.
no!
Oh, it was terrible.
Hell!
Oh my gosh! Oh well, now that John's here, do we need to say anything else about the diet issues, or we tapped out on that?
Does anybody have any questions from John?
Yeah.
Any questions for John? John, or you have any?
So for the people that don't know, Jonathan DeBoer, that's in the chat, is the general manager of Pangia.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if we could dial him in for like a quick chat.
I mean, I'll just say I drank some Pangia at dinner and my liver's been hurting. I don't know.
You have fertility issues now.
My fertility has decreased since I drank that Pangia at dinner.
Exactly why I eat Pangia every day, so I don't have any more kids.
Stop. No, we're nice to Pangia. We're nice to Pangia. No, we're neutral. We're neutral. We're neutral.
We're neutral. Pangia.
No,
I only feed Pangia in terms of my my diets and crickets. Oh well, Harry's full blown Pangia. He does crickets from Pangia and
they care nothing about me, but I do it because it works. That's it's that simple.
Just sent you guys an official message from Matt. Oh,
John, where did you send this?
John, is it the one with the AI? We read that.
Did Matt write it or did the AI write it?
On Facebook. We don't use Facebook. Send it to how do I go? Did you send it to me or
is this gonna when we read this? Is this gonna be like one of those hostage letters when we read it?
John, you guys send it to me so I can pull it up.
Oh yeah, send it to Harry so he could put it on
Facebook.
I don't know.
Or on Instagram.
He said Facebook.
Ha ha ha! No. All right, guess we're not gonna read it. No.
I think he's talking about something else, but okay, yeah.
Okay.
Unless it's really easy for us, we're not gonna pull it up. Facebook is
I sent it to Harry and AJ on Messenger.
All right, here, chat while I pull it up.
Okay.
Are we still talking about Pangia?
I mean, I guess we're gonna read this official statement from Matt.
Hopefully, it's something different than what he had found.
All right, I'm gonna copy and paste, John. I'm gonna copy and paste this into the chat, okay? Into the chat down here, into the YouTube chat.
Is it long?
I mean, I don't really want to live read it if we don't know
what the hell just happened.
It's not super long.
Oh, this is the thing. This is the AI thing. We read this earlier.
Oh yeah, we read this. We mentioned this on the earlier today too, John.
Yeah, we mentioned this earlier.
Yeah, we mentioned it already.
Yeah, we definitely we mentioned it and definitely made jokes about AI in general. So
so maybe John could elaborate on more of like so AI. Did AI identify that it was AI? Or was it somebody who actually read through the thing and it's like, oh, this is definitely AI?
How many layers deep of AI can we go? Did AI generate
did the professionals that examined it use AI to identify that it was AI?
Did you guys?
Day.
Oh,
I've never used AI, so I'm the wrong
I wonder.
person to ask.
So if you put the document in AI, I guess you can ask AI, was this AI created? And then the AI would tell you if it was. I wonder. That's so crazy, man. AI is taking over our fucking world.
It's true.
Bro, AI is going to be
replaced so many workers.
They're going to be breeding our crested geckos.
That'd be nice. They should. AI
I want AI to feed my crested geckos.
I want AI to ship my crested geckos.
Oh, all right. We got to talk about Palm Street and that.
No, hold on, before we go. But I mean, before we talk about Palm, for John, like, do you guys plan? So a lot of people are asking for like analysis and all that stuff. And then AJ, I think before you jumped on, he was saying how if people are calling for Pangia to do all this like lab analysis and stuff, then every single food company should do the same. They should ask the same of everybody. So are you guys, just to ask you, are you guys doing an analysis on your food, or does it not matter for you guys? We're working on I'll type it up here. We're working on an official statement about the document. Lab results are real and look fine. CD is literally in everything, cadmium, including the fruits and veggies that you eat every day, which is true. Yep.
Yeah, true.
We do those analysis regularly.
Oh.
So I guess people want to see. People are asking for it. So
John,
so where can they find these things?
People really need to know. People need to know exactly how many grams of food they need to offer each gecko in their entire collection, so that they don't overfeed them. So if you guys could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, wow. There are more cadmium in veggies in our diet.
And I'm also sure lawyers have been called, possibly.
They should be. That's what I said. I texted you guys. Yeah. I'm like, this sounds like a defamation lawsuit to me.
Yeah, I think so too.
maybe Rapashi sent them. I don't
know. No.
No, we're joking. I
doubt it.
See how fast that post gets taken down.
Yeah. Yeah, once the cease and desist hits. Yeah, Pangia should just test everybody else's food and put the results out. That's what they should do.
It's a breach of contract to share the lab results. It literally says it on every post that modestly shared Rapashi's results. And
she's not allowed to share those results? Is that true? So when you go to Midwest, is that
breach for us to share those lab results? One very post that Modesty shared. Go look at the lab results and look at the small print at the bottom of the Midwest pages. But you guys could, I guess you can't independently test another company's product.
Oh, I think, no, you can't share. Maybe you can't share the exact document.
We'd rather focus on our brand than bash others. Yeah, I mean, that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how other people should do. And people, I think, as other people say, it's a smear campaign.
When you can't sell your own diet, you got to try to make it so somebody else can't sell theirs.
That's Lugardi's motto.
No, it's not. Their model is just trying to offer you free food and then delete your comments when you don't like it. I will, John. I'll read the disclaimer. I'll check it out.
Cool.
Okay, we talked about Pangia for like 45 minutes. So
is it the Pangia ad? Pangia doesn't pay us for anything.
Not yet. Not yet. No.
Anyway, no. I think the whole idea was just to talk about the whole thing. Try to make it unbiased, and obviously we use Pangia. They don't pay us for anything. They don't sponsor us. They don't support us whatsoever. But we use it. We use it regularly, as do most breeders in our polls that we've polled people on, and yeah, we just want to make sure that people don't just like haphazardly make accusations unless it's founded in like clear evidence and not, I don't know.
It's not just correlation. Correlation equals causation.
Like if you have the tiniest of sample sizes, like, oh, my diet's going bad, my geckos are dying, fertility issues, and you have maybe like 5 people out of thousands, I don't think that's a legitimate claim.
Yeah. I feel like with anything, right? Don't believe everything you read on social media. Even as like whatever stuff people use to like say they have evidence and make things like make it look like it's so like you make it so like abstract, so to make it like, oh yeah, this definitely has to be true if they put all this work into it. Like everybody, like look at majority. You have to look at majority. If like one person's having bad issues, then that may be something else, like if the whole hobby all of a sudden had an issue, then that'd be a different story.
Because like the pea protein, everyone had an issue, right?
A lot of people did.
Yeah. So that's cause for,
I mean,
concern.
enough where like majority of people stopped using a product.
Yeah.
So that's a huge concern. But here we are. I don't know anyone else who's had any issues really. But John says, "Told you free diets." We'll hold you to that, John.
All right, John.
we're gonna ping you
next week.
John,
this podcast brought to you by Pangia.
John, my next every order I order is like $1,000. So
Mine too.
I'm about to put in an order. It's gonna be like $800.
Message you guys about it already. Let's go.
Palm trees are beautiful trees that you could see in like more tropical weather.
Chad's here. He wants to be everyone wants to be a scientist.
Yeah.
Been in the hobby 5 minutes. We're scientists.
Everybody wants to be a scientist. Shouldn't went to school.
I'm a geneticist, guys.
I got a PhD.
Oh,
John actually has a PhD. So.
Wait, 1,500 gets me free shipping? Yeah, John does. John, by the
$1,500. He'll give you free
the Galeatus pair I got from you, John, are male and female, man. Thank you.
Oh my goodness! All right, palm tree. What did he pivot?
Wait, he doesn't have a PhD? I thought he did. I thought he got his doctorate in.
Aren't you working on it?
He's working on it.
Or,
Maybe
are you just close?
Yeah,
I thought you had one. Okay, let's move on.
I'm giving him too much credit then.
Sorry, John.
A handful of questions did pop up, but let's talk about palm tree.
Guys, GED.
And then we'll throw up a few questions closer towards the end. Is that cool?
Yep.
Yeah.
Palm tree. We won't go so long on palm tree. There's palm tree. There's really not a ton to talk about because
you guys still calls it palm tree.
You guys have all been. Majority of people I feel like have at least visited palm tree and either hated on it or enjoyed it or crapped on us for it or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, palm tree. What is palm street and what's
the story on it?
What's the story on Palm Street?
Because I think that there's this narrative that like that some like exclusive club and I don't know, it is exclusive right now, but we'll talk about why and how it came to be, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So Palm Street was formerly known as Plant Story, and Plant Story is basically whatnot for plants, and it was for plants, crystals, other stuff. And then they wanted to add reptiles. So they got in contact with, I think they were talking with Phil and Lexi from Fontanimal Plant House. And they had said, you got to talk to Gabby. And she runs this show up in New York. And the guy who was inquiring, talking about wanting to add reptiles, he lives in New York City. So they said, you should go to Flora Fauna and talk with people at Flora Fauna about this thing. So Jeff came. Us three met Jeff. A handful of other people did too. And he extended to us if we wanted to basically be like a part of the pilot program for Palm Street. Right? Essentially.
Yep.
It was a group of us. Scott is in it. Sundown Reptiles is in it. Gabby, Yumi, Brian. And I think now some people are starting to kind of trickle in as well.
Sabrina's now. She got into Andrew.
But they're kind of like wave two. There was a small group. There was like six of us or something at the very beginning. And the reason for the soft launch was Palm Street was worried about like reception to it and backlash to it from their customers. They were kind of worried that the plant people were going to be upset by it, or that they were going to think that it was abuse of animals, or that we were, basically they were kind of worried that it was going to be kind of like a PETA PR nightmare. And so they're like, okay, let's pick just a few people that we know, already have kind of done some stuff like this, online stuff and whatever, and know how to kind of handle people not being nice to them or whatever. And let's have them do it first and see kind of what the response is. And so we did that the last, month?
Yeah.
Month-ish?
Last month, a little over a month or so. Yeah. So I think that's a good backstory for how we got in, is because we're at Flora Fauna and we met
Jeff,
the Palm Street guy. Yeah. And so some people were like, oh, you guys are exclusive club. Like, no, we just went to the show. We met the dude.
Yeah. Why weren't you at the show? Why didn't you meet the dude?
Yeah. So I think some people like will say certain things, and I think it's like super exclusive, and it is to some degree because they're just piloting it, and so eventually they're gonna roll it out. So no need to freak out that it's just it's just us.
Yeah, it's for sure. People, there's been so much shade thrown, and we hear in the whispers about it, like, oh, why they get to do it, and blah blah blah, and it's just, I don't like to engage in that talk, and it's better to just like kind of like, all right, here, we'll tell you. I don't have to explain myself to every single person, because this is just people are just so toxic sometimes.
So do we want to talk about the pros and cons? Because like John's asking, how does shipping work? Shipping, you have to do it all outside of the app right now.
It's just like selling an animal like you would normally, and then you just coordinate shipping.
You have to do all the messaging, and I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It's a pain in the butt. I think that might be changing eventually, but right now it's kind of a pain in the butt. You have to do all your messaging through the app,
the phone. So it's not desktop. It's not.
There's no desktop. There's no way to manage that. There's a desktop messenger, but you can't see that like this message is tied to this order. It kind of sucks from a desktop standpoint.
Yeah.
So basically almost everything is mobile only for the most part. So cameras, mobile only. So
what's a Palm? It's Palm Street's takeaway. So the app is like a live, basically. You know how
what's their takeaway?
AJ, so Gabby and AJ do like live auctions on YouTube, right?
Harry,
with the app on Palm Street, it's essentially live auctions,
Harry?
but through the app.
Harry,
yeah.
So when John asked that, he asked that right when I had said they were piloting it to see what the backlash would be.
Oh, gotcha.
From people.
Yeah,
John, there hasn't really been significant pushback. I would say for the most part, people have been pretty excited. Like people that join in the chat. I think the first 2 or 3 lives that happened, there was a little bit of hate in the chat, but it was light. It wasn't crazy.
Yeah.
It's just the same kind of thing. If you go, like when you see sometimes comments on, if you see like a table full of deli cups and people are commenting, this is so cruel that they make them live all the time in those cups. It's just like kind of like arrogant, or not arrogance. Net was the word. Just basically them not understanding, whatever. It's too late for me to know words. But basically them not understanding what we're doing and making assumptions. And then we go, no, they don't live in the cups, full time. They have enclosures. And I think we've all done a pretty good job of showing our setups and giving them an idea of kind of how we do stuff to put the buyer's mind at ease that we're taking good care of our animals.
And for the most part,
ignorance.
I feel like the plant people were pretty receptive. Like everybody who's been in my chats have been very welcoming. A lot of plant people have been very welcoming and helpful, with the app and navigating it. And so for the most part, I feel like it's been received pretty well. So percentage Palm Street takes, you can find that on their
app.
High.
It's really high.
It's like 6% or something.
Well, and that's if you have a good deal. So
then
the
credit card fee.
Credit card takes 3.
Yeah, like Shrike.
So you're looking at like 9% taken.
It's
just
a lot
from Palm.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, 5.9 plus the credit card.
Yeah, it's high.
And then a processing fee. They do charge a processing fee too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's the downside is that I think that's probably the biggest, and you have to pay a monthly. You have to pay a monthly.
And so if you want a better deal, you got to pay $400 a month.
That's what I pay. I'm $400 a month.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
You do get 0.5% off when you get over 100 subscribers. Yes.
You get a 0.5%.
0.5% out of 9%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the buyer also pays sales.
Oh,
tax.
and then you have to if you do a sale, then you have to pay the 6%. More than that, you have to add additional 3% if they use pay in 4.
And the thing is, when you
then you you can turn pay in 4 off, but you can't control. You either have it on or off.
Yeah.
And a lot of people I think when people buy stuff too, it lumps your shipping in and it takes fees off of your shipping too. So you're paying for multiple things. You're paying fees on your shipping. So
I'll just say this. I'll say this. So I've seen in other hobbies I've been a part of, I've seen apps like this come and kind of take over. And I asked Jeff this. Jeff might be not happy with me saying this, but I'll say this. So this is a startup, right? It's venture capital funded. It's funded by like big money. It's a San Francisco based tech company. And so the rates that they're charging right now is the lowest it will ever be by far. So I asked Jeff, I go at Florafuna, I asked him, I said, so Jeff, when's the fees going to like 12%? He goes, it'll be a little bit. And I go, so it is happening. He goes, yeah, I mean, this is introductory rate.
Yeah.
I go, yeah, I mean,
so there are other plant apps that have higher fees too.
You're going to pay like 15%, I'd imagine, in the next 12 months.
Yeah. So Mike asked, why do Palm Tree? Is because there's a pretty decent user base at the moment and hopefully it grows, but we don't really know, you know?
Yeah. And there's also, I'd say there is some like quality of life things from an invoicing standpoint. That's nice. There is some pros to it. There is some cons to it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would make a lot more money selling on YouTube off of not on Palm Street. You know, I would make probably another 20% selling on the side, but then I probably would also have to pay an employee to help me with invoicing, and if I was doing as regularly, paying for, you can do paying for, you know, separate. If you did a YouTube auction or whatever, you could do paying for.
So the features are nice in Palm Street for both seller and user. And I think that is a positive of Palm Street is that it's the ease of use of like to sell an item, to post an item, and then to buy an item. Everyone has their cards loaded up. So they have to pay right then and there once they purchase an item, right?
Yes.
And then so that helps on both ends. You know, that's taken care of. You don't have to deal with that on the back end, which saves you a lot of time, right, AJ? Because you have to chase people down.
Yeah. And so it's nice because the next day I don't have to go and invoice people, which is nice. But here's where I would say, so you're getting that. That's a pro. Invoicing, you don't have to invoice. The app does it for you. Cons, the video looks absolutely horrible and makes your animals look really bad. And so you get, I mean, like just the video alone means you get less money for animals because they look really bad. So people don't bid as high because they look really bad. I think that's definitely part of the issue is that. And then I think somebody had said, Andrew had said in the chat, it's not great if you don't have a lot of animals, like a lot. I do think that's true because you do need to be able to build kind of a community and have people know you. And in order to do that, you have to go live consistently and have animals to sell consistently. So I think if you're a person that has 100 geckos, 200 geckos, like
it doesn't make sense.
It probably doesn't make a lot of sense for you. I think it probably makes sense for people that are in the like, what's the number? I don't know, 500 plus. Even that is probably not quite enough to do it long term.
Yeah.
I mean, you could maybe pop on, do one live, and then disappear for 6 months.
Yeah.
But it's going to be hard to maintain unless you have a lot of animals. So, and the first few lives you do, I don't know. I don't know how much of this I really want to. I don't want to discourage people because I don't want it to seem like, oh, I'm like gatekeeping. I don't want you to do it. But I will say the first couple lives you do, we all experienced it. Yeah, you get absolutely murdered on pricing.
Okay. So let me pull up this question that Vincent asked an hour ago. He's like, why are sales on Palm Street cheaper? One, because Vincent, you're trying to buy animals for cheaper from us. You're like 175, no, 125. All right. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's tough. The pricing initially is tough because it's sort of like a mixed crowd, right, AJ and Brian? You have like some plant people that aren't used to paying 100+ on animals. And yeah, I think it doesn't have like a huge crowd yet. Would you guys say that's true?
That there's not a huge crowd?
I mean, in terms of like understanding the market and whatnot. Yeah. They just want to buy the cheapest animals or whatever.
Yeah, so I would say right now the type of customer that's there, they want to buy inexpensive animals. Like all of us have really tried to sell. I mean, we've all tried to sell high-end animals, and it typically does not work. So the customer that's there right now, or at least the people that want to buy geckos on auction, that fast format, they're inexpensive animals. So in my opinion, like when I'm cupping animals for the live, I typically am not really, as a rule of thumb, generally, I'm not really trying to cup anything over maybe $300 because I just don't think that's the customer that's there. The customer that's there wants inexpensive animals.
Yeah, they want cheaper.
Cheap. And they want your females for cheap.
$200.
And then they'll leave you with 500 males to sell.
Yeah. I mean, I do think that's just the market in general.
Yeah, but it's exaggerated. It's exaggerated for sure. Yeah.
Everybody wants ready to breed females, super cheap morphs, and that's it.
Yeah, if you want to sell, Palm Street's great if you want to sell like $400 Xanthics and females for $100.
AJ, you had a visual for $750. It didn't sell, right?
No. And I had a frap on there for $6. It didn't sell. So
yeah,
it just shows. I mean, like I know that White Tanks has sold some morphs well on there too. But it's really hit or miss,
Everybody wants dowels.
Dowels are hot right now on there.
Hot.
Fire.
You know what's hot? Pattern dowels.
Pattern dowels are going
dowels.
Pattern dowels are going crazy.
Pattern dowels are number one at all times for any age,
pattern dowels, and then the other one that's really big is tiger dowels, phantom tiger dowels. Those are huge.
I am only breeding for pattern dowels next year. Only.
Yeah, I mean, why breed phantom dowels? Just breed with pattern. That's cooler.
Yeah, so much better. You get more genetic traits, man. Why would you just want one?
Stack the traits up, man. It's all about stacking traits.
Yeah.
That's what
sniping this in while we're still talking about Palm, and we touched on the Xanthics. Katie asked, do you think the Xanthic market is going to stay where it's at price-wise for a while?
Probably it'll get worse. Probably. I mean, I would say it'll be equal or worse. It's not going to get better. Not for a while. I mean, I'm not even convinced it will get better. I think there's so many being produced now.
Everybody has an Xanthic.
I have Xanthics for sale. You want to buy it?
I do too. That's me being honest. I mean, I have them for sale too, and I don't think that they're going upwards.
Yeah. We're low key flooded with Xanthics. I don't even know if it's low key anymore, but
I mean, I wouldn't say it's flooded. I mean, you're not going to go like, say, when I go to Tinley in a month, I'm not going to see 1,000 Xanthics. I might see 50, but I don't think I'm going to see 1,000.
Yeah, that's a lot from 2 years ago. Yeah, but market is going to.
But you might see. If you go on Morph Market, how many Xanthics are there? Okay, there might be 50 where before there was 3.
Yeah.
So,
bro, I remember when they weren't even on Morph Market. You couldn't.
No,
even,
you had to get on a wait list to buy one.
The minute if you saw one go on for Morph Market, it was gone.
Yep, I remember this.
Hats are cheap, yeah.
Predator and down movement. Yeah, there it is.
Hat males are cheap. Hat females are actually still pretty expensive.
Pos hats are super cheap.
Pos hats are cheap, but go try to buy 100% hats for under like $750 females.
Yeah, females are.
It's like the cost of a visual.
That's funny. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, everything. I mean, RTS says this. I agree. I think that it all comes down to quality in the future in any of these things.
Mm-hmm.
Who has nice Xanthics? Who has nice sables? Who has nice caps? Who has
so this calls for the importance of still having quality-based normal animals to pair to. Right?
It's not just about buying morphs and then breeding them.
Yeah, I showed you guys a picture today of a breeder. Like a lot of new breeders are just all morphed out. Like they have all morphs on a chair. Like this a picture of morphs.
You're saying you sent it to us?
Yeah, I sent it to you guys, and it was all morphs. Like his old page was morphs. It's like brand new breeder, and I feel like that's a lot more common now. Is like people aren't focusing on like base animals as much anymore. And I think
they don't even own an animal that's not an Xanthic or a sable or a cap.
Yeah, you still got to work on your base animals.
Yeah,
not just completely all morphed out. So
the morphed out people don't really create a footprint in the hobby.
It definitely is it's definitely a risky approach. We'll say that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like do your work, man. You just can't just go for the morph stuff, and you got to really create higher end, nicer animals. I mean, you could do the morphs, but make them look nice with nice animals, right?
I think people try though. It's not like they want to make garbage morphs, but they don't have the base stock to do it.
Well, they want to take the shortcut approach to making morphs.
Yes.
Which they skip the stats of making nice base stock morphs and then breeding them.
Yes. So the importance of just normal animals is important.
I mean, how many like $400, $500, super Dal spotted sables came into the US? A lot.
Terrible. Yeah.
And how many of those geckos are going to be breeding and then people are going to be like, why aren't my sables selling? The same thing happened with lily whites, where people bought a poor example lily white and bred it to 30 females and then had a table full of lily whites nobody wanted to buy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Celtic asked, where do you guys see the market in the next few years?
That's real. I think that's impossible. I think that's impossible to guess.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be pop. It's gonna be popping, bro.
Get in, buy all your morphs.
Whatever we sell, that's the stuff that's gonna be really popular.
Yeah.
Pattern dowels.
Pattern dowels are gonna be crazy. Turtles too. We're going big in turtles.
Oh, turtles, red ear turtles.
Whatever. So all three of us has a Palm Street Live next week. Everything we're selling is gonna be hot, bro.
That's the stuff that's gonna be hot 2 years from now. So
yeah, so buy it now and
buy them all up.
High price it, man. I mean,
that's funny.
That's true. Frostline turtles, yeah.
Frostline turtles.
Yeah,
frosty turtles. Yeah. I mean, it's just hard to say what the market's gonna look like. I think we were able to tell, last year because we saw some of the signs of things going a little bit lower and lower and lower. And so we could tell from that standpoint, but now we're kind of at a point where, we can be honest, like it's just harder for people to sell animals, right? We see some breeders, getting out, and this isn't to scare people out of the hobby, but it's a little bit harder right now. So it's hard to see with foresight if it's going to get better yet, because we're still in a bit of a lull. So, but yeah, hopefully it picks up. We just can't say for certain. So.
I don't get this turtle thing.
So on Palm Street, someone is always
Yeah, that's
doing my lives, right? Harry was doing me.
Yeah.
They go on my lives and ask for turtles too. So
No, but I think they were joking from
It
me and
started
AJ's
from so Harry had a live on a Monday, and you had this guy that was just coming in. He would come in like every half an hour and just be like, "Any turtles?" That's all he'd say.
He does that to me too.
And then the guy did it to me too.
But he was legit asking for turtles. Like,
no, this guy was legit, and then now we just all do it as a joke to each other.
Oh, yeah. I was like, wait a second, what's this turtle thing? And I thought this guy was trolling me.
Oh, that's funny.
I wonder if
this
he
guy
really
was
looking
legit for a while.
Yeah, turtles for sale.
It's a troll thing. This guy kept coming in asking for turtles, but I think the original guy that started asking for turtles was serious. And then now it's taken on this whole other life.
So now the people, the community, like just like drops turtle emojis and stuff.
You guys
like that.
got any turtles?
That's funny.
The OG turtle dude, he's a legend. So I guess we'll say about Palm to wrap up talking about Palm. It's good to move inexpensive animals. It's exhausting to do. Like it makes me like so dead for like 2 days after being on it. Yeah, like we all are just like it puts us like hungover for 2 days after doing them because it's so much work and just like you're just like putting yourself out there so vulnerable, like in front of a camera for 4 hours that it's a lot.
It's a grind. Yeah,
it's a grind.
Yeah.
I wonder if you guys feel this, right? So I'll be watching and then you can see the amount of people. So like in the beginning, you're like, oh wow, I got like 120 people in, and then all of a sudden like you'll show a few animals and then you'll look and then you're like, oh shit, there's like only 85 now. Like, do you get like I get like
what
a little
did I do wrong?
Yeah, I get a little anxiety. I'm like, bro, did I say something wrong?
The worst is when you're like looking at your chat and it's been like 4 or 5 minutes and no one said anything. Yeah. And you're like, am I just talking to a camera and no one's here?
Aaron says, Palm is good when you have your post notifications on.
Yeah, that's an inside joke for Harry.
That's what happened.
So,
so I only did notifications didn't pop up. So
did 2 lives so far, and the second one in the beginning was like I probably had like one or two in the first 10, 1 or 2 sold in the first 10, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna go through this whole night not selling anything. I'm gonna show 30 something animals and I'm only gonna sell 2, and I'm like panicking in my mind, but like you can't show it because you're live on camera, right? Yeah. So I mean, it picked up and it did better, but it's just like, oh man,
you gotta keep a smile on your face, even though you're just getting destroyed on the inside.
Don't complain like I do.
Don't be like Harry and complain.
Don't freak out. Don't complain that your notification pushes in go through.
Well, don't throw. And also, I mean, that night when my chat didn't work, I mean, I'm like, I can't do.
I remember that.
I'm like, what am I supposed to? I can't even. Chill, bro. I'm like, I can't even run the live. I can't.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? I can't even.
Like,
see
should I
anything.
just stop? You're like, should I just stop? I was like, no, bro.
I mean, how am I supposed to do it if I can't even see the chat?
You had to reinstall the app, right?
I had to uninstall and reinstall the app while my live was on.
In the middle of the live.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh my gosh. So tech issues. Yeah, Palm definitely has its various tech issues, so just be prepared for that. So
it's a startup. There's definitely there's kinks in it for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So.
Yeah. I wonder how Scott's live is going right now.
Actually, I was looking at it. It looked like it's doing all right.
Yeah, it's going all right. Hey, what's up, Hunter? Hunter's
vid quality is very bad.
Yeah,
vid quality.
I would say this probably majority of people would be better off going live on Instagram.
Is that is that allowed though?
I mean,
no, technically no.
Technically no, but how many people sell geckos on Instagram every day? Every single day.
Technically,
stories, right? Every time you put a gecko with a price on your story, every time you link your morph market, any of that, you're breaking the rules.
That's why
I said go Everybody go on Scott's live and drop turtle emojis.
Yes.
Oh, all right, let's do that live.
I'm gonna do it right now. Everybody go in Scott's live, do turtle emojis.
Is he still on?
Yeah, he's still on.
Okay, let's see.
I'll wait for somebody else to. Oh, I see Katie did it already. I just did it after. Turtle. Awesome. Look at all the turtles. Everybody's doing turtles. He's like, what the hell's going on? I can't hear it because
that's Scott. Do you have turtles?
Scott has no idea. Scott didn't even see the chat, I'm sure. I joined Scott's live the other day. We're just dropping millions of turtle emojis in his live.
Well, Flexi, they always drop bombs. They bomb you. All right. You know what?
Oh, bro, like he had 70 people on, and then now we jumped
into
whoa, yeah, he's just like 30 people just jumped on. He's like, what's going on with these turtles?
Go, Scott! Awesome.
Rainy Day Geckos, you certainly can do YouTube. It's just, I feel like it takes a lot more tech than most people want to invest in. Like,
I think it's also building the platform out to get the marketing followers, right?
Yeah, if you don't have followers on YouTube, if you don't have subscribers, for you to actually just pull, like, Instagram notifies you when people are live. And if you don't bring your own following to YouTube, you're going to be going live to like 10 people. So that's the hard part.
You know, it's funny. Your dad also went into Scott's palm and dropped turtle.
That's amazing.
Drew, you're the best. Yeah, Drew.
Drew dropped 2 turtles.
I love Drew.
Oh, that's amazing. All right, I'll get out there. So funny. Sorry, Scott. We kind of trolled you a little bit there. Apologies. Yeah. He's in the middle of selling.
Yeah. So I mean, I love the YouTube stuff, but it's like it's expensive. Like you got to have like a lot of tech, and you got to have the knowledge to use the tech, and you have to have the audience to pull to the platform too. Mm-hmm. So it's not as easy as, you know, if you put on your IG live, like you could probably pull a decent number just naturally.
Yeah. Because everybody's a lot of people follows.
I mean, as long as, you know, you don't get banned or something, I do think that IG live isn't a terrible idea, because a lot of plant people still use IG live to sell. You know, like I know Phil and Lexi Fontanimals, they're on Palm Street, but they still do Instagram lives, and they do well on there. So
lots of people sell geckos on Instagram too.
The only thing I can say that I hate about IG lives is that 15-second delay.
Is it 15?
It's like 15 seconds. It's
like
a good 10. No, it's like 10 plus, man.
Drew Davidson. We saw those 2 turtles, Drew.
Said, booyah.
Good job. That's great. So
you could use Twitch too. Twitch is another one you could use. I know Seda or Gecko Nerd does Twitch. I mean, people can use Twitch.
Doesn't Gecko Chunky, do they do Twitch?
No, he does.
I think he does YouTube.
He does Zoom.
Zoom.
Anywhere
where there's comments and a video, you could use it.
Yeah. Well, I went of Tristan's Zooms before. I was like, wow, this is wild. You have to like get into a Zoom call, and it was funny.
But for him, you have to do 2 things. It's Zoom and Discord. So you can only purchase through Discord. And you watch the video through Zoom.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, she's asking you why are you not doing YouTube, and why aren't you doing YouTube anymore and more Palm Street? Is it better for you to do?
I'm just doing Palm as heavy as I am right now because it's new, and I'm trying to kind of give it a run and see how it goes. But I'm gonna do a YouTube in the next week, so YouTube's not gone, but I'm saving high. I'm kind of, the way I'm thinking about it right now is I'm gonna do kind of like low to mid price on Palm and high price on YouTube. Is quality. there's going to be a quality line where I switch between platforms, most likely. I'm trying to still figure out kind of what my plan is for that, but I'm thinking about kind of separating what I sell where. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because there's different audiences in both places.
Yeah, I think people definitely missed some of the YouTube action because those are fun, with a good quality and whatnot.
Sarah, I saw your makeup reptile thing. You were making yourself a kahua. So I was one of those 7 people.
I saw it briefly too, Sarah. I like that.
I was one of your 7.
I was in and out though. Yeah. Alyssa asked, if you were to start over, what method of selling would you use? I think that depends on your user base. Yeah, do them all. Do them all and see what works best, Alyssa.
OnlyFans.
You gotta try them all.
Everybody, it's so funny. Everybody's asking.
OnlyFans? What the heck?
Sell your geckos on OnlyFans.
So geckos on OnlyFans.
You could.
That's crazy. On only geckos?
I would do it naked.
Oh man. You get a very interesting crowd, Brian.
Yeah. Bro, do you see these girls that on OnlyFans how much they make? Oh my goodness. This one girl, like I was watching some TikTok, she had like 5 Lamborghinis. I was like, oh my god. They asked her what was her income monthly. It was like $1.5 million monthly. I was like, what? I said, oh my god, $1.5 million monthly is insane.
That is really crazy.
That's what we're all doing on Palm Street a month.
Yeah.
We're gonna be selling in our Lamborghini soon.
Yeah. So somebody messaged me like, why is everybody doing Palm Street? Why are you doing Palm Street? I was like, oh yeah, they gave us a good incentive. It was a 200K bonus and sign on 200K and like $20,000 a month. And they're like, get out.
Like now we're paying them.
I got messages like that too. Like, how much are they paying you guys to be on Palm? I'm like, we're paying them to be on Palm. Yeah. They are not paying us.
They are not. Guys, nobody's paying us to do anything at all. We have 0 sponsorship ever.
Right now. Apparently, we got messages from John.
We're waiting for John to give us some free food.
Now, we've definitely been offered multiple sponsorships, and we've turned all of them down. So,
no sponsorships.
John didn't message me. I'm looking at my phone.
It's because you were talking about Lugardi that way.
He doesn't want that. He doesn't want the smoke. How do you identify your target audience? I think that's a good business question, right? How do you identify your target audience? Well,
I mean, sorry.
Okay. Go. No. You go, Jay. Go first.
I mean, I would just say, in a market where you're not selling if you're not selling anything yet, you should look and see where people are selling. Okay, where are people selling geckos? They're selling geckos here. Okay, who are they selling geckos to? Look at other gecko breeders and people that are buying geckos and anytime you see those videos where people are unboxing geckos and stuff, what does my customer look like? As far as, what is my demographic of buyer? And then I think you need to then look at people that are doing well in the hobby and take what you can from learning from them and mirror it to a point where then you can find your own ways to innovate and do your own thing. But I think at a certain point, everybody kind of has to look at what's currently working and who's currently doing well and try to model until you can at least establish your own way to do things differently.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think that it's not easy. So I think how you figure stuff out is you just have to do a bunch of different things. Like you have to try different things and you'll gain an audience, a certain type of audience as you try different things. And so don't be afraid to, do videos like Brian or do a podcast. So, several podcasts have popped up since we started Gecko Pod and shout out to people that, try different things, you really have to but the one thing that is common is that you have to put yourself out there. you're not going to sell geckos if nobody knows you, right? I mean, that's really common sense. But you'll be surprised how many people like don't put themselves out there. You don't even have your name out there in terms of your name on your profile, and then you try to sell on Morph Market.
No business name, no logo.
You can't do that. You can't do that. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have
to go to shows.
Don't be obnoxious, but don't. But you have to engage people. You have to chat with people. Like, everybody who chats in the chats here or on my Palm Street, I recognize people, and this is why I try to remember people's names. And that's how you kind of get to know people and make connections. You just have to be a part of the community in order to kind of find your audience and find people that will be drawn to you. So
yeah, it's about building community. I mean, that's I would say this business is breeding geckos, building a community, and photography.
Yeah.
Between those things, I mean,
I'm gonna tell a lot of people like what helped me. So originally, I wasn't really the type of person that wanted to really put myself out there and just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get in tied with the community. I actually hated the reptile community prior because just through past experience, like growing up and how the community kind of like pushed me out anyway, and like and I was treated like crap. So I was like, why do I want to do that and subject myself to that more? So I'll tell you, the first thing I did was, so Gabby's first Flora Fauna was like the one that really made me realize, hey, maybe I should start doing something different and come out. And this is the first time I met you, AJ. So I used to watch your IG auctions when you guys used to do on IG and stuff. So I knew who you guys were, but I just like didn't want to really be involved. So I didn't really like do anything. I just did my IG. I posted my own thing. And when I went to that first Flora Fauna, and bro, so this, how I felt about you. I was like, yo, this guy's a dick.
That's what most people think about me.
I was like, this guy's. But then when I first met you, bro, you fucking met me. You had a big smile on my face. You shook my hand. It was like, hey, man. I was like, oh, wow, this guy's really down to earth. Like, he's legit a down to earth, nice guy. And I was like, man, this is, and because I only judged you based on like watching you on the IG lives, and Gabby like hugged me, and I was like, wow, this community feels so good. And I can always thank you guys for being a part of where I became, because it's just like, just feeling like that sense of like friendships, love and caring and stuff, like brought me like, hey, maybe I should be more involved in the community, which, now I've made, I've been very involved. I try to get involved as much as possible. And I was going trips to Tinley and going to all these shows. So I feel like people really should be more welcoming, and the people who are introverted, like I'm not an introverted person, but the people who are introverted, like Harry's like introverted, right? So but you made it your business to come out and go to these shows. You're going to Flora Fauna. We first met at Tinley, right?
Yeah.
And
2022 Tinley.
And you put yourself out there, and you made all your connections and all the names and all the friendships, and I'll tell you, every single person I've met in person, I like generally have a legit like connection with them. Like you, Emma, like I will never forget our connection. Like, remember showing you your chest tattoo and everything. And this is stuff like you have to do, not in terms of just to market yourself, but it also makes you feel better about like everything. It makes the hobby more fun, right? Like, I think if we didn't have our relationship, like just us, like, our group of friends and whatever, and like people will say things like, oh yeah, you guys are so cliquey and stuff like that. No, we're not cliquey. We're close friends, and we're open to everybody around. Like I have no shade towards anybody in this group, in this hobby.
Yeah.
Right.
Lugardi.
Yeah. Well, they're not in this hobby. They're not.
And that's not a person.
He's not a breeder. He's not a gecko breeder.
But I legit like make these relationships and these friendships. And I'm not saying don't be too crazy. Like don't make it obvious. Like start putting yourself out there and just like being fake and stuff, and they're like kissing ass and stuff like that, because people see through. Yeah, don't clout chase. People see right through that. Just be genuinely who you are, and that's probably the best thing.
Yeah.
Like I could, the best advice is just be who you are. Put yourself out there. Meet people. Have a good time. Be friendly, and that's it.
Yeah, the worst thing you could do is try to be something you're not, because you're going to have to keep it up forever. Yes. And you're going to be exhausted.
Oh, this is sweet. First time I recognized
that's
Harry
nice.
when he knows my shirt. Oh, yeah, I remember.
That's really nice. Yeah. Where did you guys meet first?
What's that?
Where did you guys meet?
At Rathgate?
Yeah.
At it was at Anaheim.
Nice.
Was it Anaheim? Anaheim or I forgot which one. Anaheim or Pomona, one of the super shows.
Nice.
And I said, "Oh, you're Rathgate." Yeah. Yeah, and that's sweet.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I was gonna ask. Let me hard pivot for a second just to kind of get some of these questions in.
Yeah, let's knock out some lightning round.
Lightning round it. Okay.
Oh man, we're 2 hours in soon.
We're talking about Pangia for an hour.
Pangia.
That was like hour 15.
This is a freaking Pangia ad. Is not, by the way, but
No.
Do you think it's worth getting into larger scale breeding at the moment, like 20 plus pairs? It really depends. Depends if you have the patience.
20 plus is not that much.
Yeah, it's definitely.
You can handle 20. That's not bad.
20 is all three of us are at 100 plus breeders. Do you have 100 plus breeders, Brian?
Yeah, I'm like.
Okay.
Don't want to say. I mean, I'm anywhere between 100 to 150.
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, I've been cutting. I have so many females, like, because I've accumulated so much. But we all get to this phase where we build things, and we're at our projects where we're this high. You have to accumulate as much as you can to build your foundation projects. And I'm finally kind of cutting down where I don't need those foundation anymore, because I'm already in 3 generations of breeding. So yeah, I'm at like 150-ish.
Yeah. So 20 plus is really not terribly difficult. So
I feel like that's manageable
it's manageable. So
yeah.
The answer is
like I had 40 or 50 when I was working a full-time job pretty easily.
Yeah.
I work full-time job too.
Yeah, and you work so much overtime. So Katie, you can produce those animals and just, I would say, go to local shows to vend and to move some animals as you kind of produce things. So yeah. Okay, next answer or next question. Jesus, I'm not sure if this has been asked, but if someone wanted to get into breeding, what kind of startup costs would they look at realistically? That's also, it depends, right? I'll let you guys answer this one.
It depends.
It's a big range.
It depends what kind of animals you want to buy. Mm-hmm. So like if you want to breed, high white, black and whites, or if you want to breed white based owls, or if you want to breed, what are other expensive things? Super stripes, or if you want to breed some of these morphs that are expensive, like your animal cost will be higher than if, say, you want to breed Halloweens or tigers or something that's maybe a little bit more like niche that you could get in easier. But then also caging, I mean, you could buy a $7 bin, Sterilite bin from Walmart.
Yeah.
And you could breed in that, or you could put them in $175 PVC.
Mm-hmm.
The same gecko, and it would do the same thing.
Yeah.
So it depends on how much you want to spend. You could go a really grassroots cheap route on things, or you could go like balls to the wall, crazy expensive.
So my advice would be to start cheap and then ramp up from there if you want. So I started with, like AJ said, I started with Target, $1.50 Sterilite bins. I just had them all like stacked up. And I did that for my first season. And then I was like, oh, I kind of like it. So then I ramped up. I upgraded to racks and enclosures. But all these enclosures are still like, I bought them used and stuff, right? So, obviously you don't want to blow all your money. So try to be as minimal as possible without, hurting any of your animals in terms of their growth and things like that. So
yeah, take good care of your animals, but you don't need flashy stuff to take good care of your animals.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Gecko Kovac, speaking of photography, how do people take gecko photos outdoors without losing geckos? That one's a hard one. It's a fear of mine that I'll lose one under my deck.
Well, number one tip, Bobby, I would say don't take pictures of geckos right at the edge of your deck, so that they don't go under your deck.
Venture into the grass a little bit more.
Yeah, maybe go a little bit further out.
Maybe his shade is by his deck, though. You know.
Maybe you should buy a new house. That's probably what you should do. Move out of Illinois, and then you could take pictures in a big yard in another state.
Buy a new house just so you can take better pictures.
Just buy an empty abandoned lot, and then you can take pictures there where there's no deck.
Totally makes sense.
or you cup your geckos and then drive to the woods and then take pictures.
Forest preserves, yeah.
It might it'll disappear into the tree, but not under your deck. You get.
Yeah.
Patrick asks, what would you say is a manageable amount of annual breeding pairs for someone doing it on their own? We kind of talked about that a little bit.
50. I say 50.
50 is manageable.
I don't know.
No, okay. For the new 20. New person, 50 is a lot.
Oh,
I'd
25.
say 20, 25.
Yeah. 50 is actually quite a bit for a brand new breeder.
50 is a lot. 50 is a lot.
Bro, if I went down to 50 right now, it'd be so easy.
I know, but you've already gotten to the point where like you've got all the systems down and everything. Like a lot of people when they're new, like they're like hand feeding every baby and they're doing all this stuff. And it's like if you just take that, if you went like feeding dubias, if you went from like 5 adults to 50 adults like that, you would be like, I'm working 100 hours a week with 50 adult geckos. Yes.
Yeah. I guess once you like AJ was saying, that's a really good point. Once you have your system dialed in and you feel very comfortable with like 10 to 20 pairs, then you can ramp up. It'll be much easier.
That's like when people say to me, like, I just can't add another gecko. I don't have the space. I'm like, it's one gecko. What are you talking about?
I remember AJ when I was at your house. I think it was last year, and I said, man, like I feel like I have everything dialed in where I can double in size and still feel okay. I think once you hit that point where you have your systems dialed in, then you can ramp up significantly, and you won't feel as burdened as just starting 50 geckos right off the bat. So
yeah, but you have to develop your systems, and you did that. Like you did a good job of like talking with me, talking with Brian, talking with other people that had good systems. Where it's like, how do you clean the cups? How do you clean the bins? How do you put the what kind of food bowls do you use? And then how do you all those different things cut time. Like you're cutting an hour here, an hour here, an hour here. All of that stuff by working out your systems. Yes. Make it where you can keep more animals, but still take really good care of them, but not be spending time on things that maybe are not the best things to spend time on, like hand washing each little cup.
I did it all. I did it all.
Calling Harry out so bad, bro.
I did all the
like taking dubia roaches and putting them in little cups.
I did every single thing that you shouldn't do. Well,
but that's your thing, Harry. That's what you like to do. I respect that. I respect that.
I like to learn and understand why it doesn't work efficiently. So,
If you guys want a shortcut, go to my IG in the tips and tricks.
Tips and advice.
I'll teach you all the little knickknacks of like washing, and you don't have to do all that hard work.
Yeah, and how I learned is I watched countless hours of the Gecko Pod. That's how I learned.
Gecko Pod, 100%.
Harry, start the Gecko Pod so we can get everybody's secrets.
What episode is this one? What number?
76.
Oh,
we're gonna get 200. Don't worry.
Damn, that's a lot of Gecko Pod.
It is a lot. It's 2 years. We've been over 2 years, right, AJ? It's been.
That's crazy.
I think we started March of 2022 or something like that.
That's crazy.
Maybe like April or something. I forget.
We're
okay, a few more. Ren's Animals. What do you all think about the Kahua market? Because I plan on selling a few proven pairs this weekend.
Ask Sarah. Rainy day geckos.
Ask Sarah. You know what's funny? I just looked at the Morph Market Chewy page, and there's like a good amount of Chewies on there, and prices are still pretty high on there. Whether they sell or not is another question. Yeah, but the prices are high. I'm assuming they're not selling because nobody's paying 1K plus. Not many people are paying 1K plus for animals right now. So the market in general is a little bit down, Renz.
Sarah says, "Don't ask me. You're a Kahua breeder. We have to ask you."
That's funny. Sarah, you gotta lower your prices so you can pick them up from you and get your best animals.
She has some amazing ones.
I don't think anybody's buying $30,000 Kahua right now.
No.
I don't think anybody's buying 30,000 anything.
No.
Okay, a couple more from the back. When should I start feeding my hatchlings live?
Immediately. No, like a week or two. I usually try to wait a week or two. But then
I normally wait
depends.
2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. As soon as they can take it, man, I give it.
Little quarter inch.
Yeah,
Throw 'em in there.
quarters, 3/8 quarters. Quarters probably if you can get them.
When do you throw them in, AJ?
Like 2.5, 3 weeks normally.
Okay.
I probably wait a little longer than I could, but I don't want to be pulling them out of the bin if they don't eat them. So
Yeah. So you just
Mine usually take them after 1 week.
that's good.
1 week. Okay.
I mean, they're primarily insectivores, so they should be like any other other gecko.
I don't think they're really eating anything for the first week.
Yeah, that's like any other like.
They
leopard
have a bunch of yolk they've absorbed. They're
Mhm.
not eating anything for a while.
Yeah. Don't freak out. Nudie hobby, giving growth and breed. How do you guys use it? You guys mix it? What do you guys do? You give it straight up?
I don't do it straight up. I feel like it doesn't feed well straight up. But
Yeah. My first season, I did it straight up, and I was like, "Why is nothing eating this?" It doesn't smell great either, right? So there's no like fruity aroma to it.
I do 50-50 of that and either 3 of the flavors: apricot, figs and insects, or watermelon. Then I put frozen mango, some little organic honey, and that's it. And I'll do liquid calcium. Not a lot though, a little.
Next breeding project I want to do is high white. Let's do a couple more, guys, and I'll let you guys go. High white geckos that look like lily whites have that plain dorsal. That's what AJ and I specialize in. Even Brian has a bunch of those high whites. Do you have any tips for that? Watch the Gecko Pod. We talk about it a lot.
Don't buy any adult geckos.
Buy from Harry and AJ.
AJ.
Well, don't buy any adult geckos on the market because you'll breed them and then they'll make tricolors. So, because a lot of geckos you see on the market that are black and white are actually just tricolors that age and then their secondary color fades out. So,
this is true.
A lot of people fall for that. It's not a good thing.
Yeah. Cool. One more question. Half-ounce paper are more expensive than the plastic. Why? Half-ounce.
What are you talking about?
The cups, the little deli cups to drop in.
Cups. Plastic is cheap because I don't know.
Reuse them?
No, they're cheaper because they probably crank them out by the billions. And
Oh,
paper is premium. Like I'm sure a paper straw is more expensive than a plastic straw.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
that is totally true.
I hate paper straws with a passion.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It like starts to like bend or break, and it's like, oh,
I just don't like.
Those are so gross.
I don't like it around my lips. It doesn't feel good.
Gecko Pie has been a lifesaver this last month. You guys do a great job explaining it. Thank you. Appreciate you. Awesome. You guys good?
Good live,
Yeah, that's fun.
Good.
It was fun.
I do think I'm happy with how the Pangia convo went. I think that was good.
Yeah. You think it was? Do you feel like it was fair and unbiased?
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we had the approach of like, if there was an issue, yes, it should be addressed.
Yeah.
But also those that are calling for transparency from Pangia also have to give transparency themselves and ask transparency of the other companies that they're recommending their food in place of Pangia. So I think that's a good takeaway.
Yeah. I think everybody should just make their own decisions. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So we we're not trying to shit on anybody. So
yeah.
Yep.
Except for Lugardi with Brian. No. And Harry with Josh's frogs.
Well, Josh's is a giant company. I don't even know anybody there. So it's safe.
So you want to hear?
Everybody
something?
from Josh's Frogs is watching this.
Nobody cares about us.
So let's. I gotta tell you guys a quick story.
Yes.
So this past weekend, I was at a White Plains show, and there was a guy selling, and I'm not gonna name him, but very nice guy. He had a table just full of Lugardi, and I was like, oh my god. And he's like, hey man, and he's like, so nice. The guy was so nice, and he's like, oh man, I follow you, and I was like, damn, I don't want to shit on Lugardi, and then I did it anyway.
So you walked up to that
what
table.
You said, why are you selling this? Well, were we at Flora Fauna and we were giving somebody a hard time, and they said, oh, I have to sell it because I have so much, and once I stop selling it, then I'm not going to buy anymore.
I think it was Flora Fauna. Yeah.
Yeah, I have so much of this Lugardi, I got to get rid of it somehow. I'm like, if it's that bad of a product, just throw it out. Why would you sell it to people?
He was so nice. He legit had a full table of all their products, the turtle stuff and everything. And I was just like, damn, bro.
That's fine. Let me sneak this last one in. I'm not sure if any of you guys still use bins for adults, but if so, what size do you personally recommend?
Yeah, I use bins for some adults. I use the 58 quart from Walmart. The Sterlite 58 quart from Walmart. I think that's like the standard tub.
Pretty big.
It's pretty big. I mean, for a single adult, yeah, it's pretty big. I know people will say you can use like 28s or like 28s or 32s. I think the 58's a great tub.
It is. Yeah. I have a few of those and they're awesome. Tara uses all bins too, right? I think she uses all bins. So
I think what's the 58 equivalent? The 58's probably equivalent to like 15 gallons. It's probably more. It's more size than a 12, 12, 18.
But I personally bigger than. Is it as big as the 18, 18, 24 like over here?
No, I think it's a little smaller than that.
Okay.
Yeah, the 12, 12, 18. This is my opinion. I think the 12, 12, 18 is just a little smaller than I think you should keep an adult crested in. I do have some in them too. I'm not hating on you, Harry. I have some in them too, but I wish they were like a little bit bigger.
That's a good math you did on the 58 quarts, 14.5 US gallons.
Oh my gosh. Nice. I shouldn't have messed with that gecko. You see him freaking out.
Oh, that thing is bugging out, bro.
Sorry.
Don't let it drop his tail.
I know. Don't look.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, no, I always wish the 12, 12, 18 was like a little bit bigger.
Yeah, me
just
too.
A
you know
little
what you
bit.
need to start, AJ? You got to start your own enclosure company.
Oh, no.
14.
I guess 14, I can't say
14,
never.
20. 14, 14, 20.
14, 14, 20.
14,
well,
14,
we have 12,
20,
12, 24s for Exoterras. Those are pretty big.
12, 12, 24s. But I don't really think you need the height.
They're too high. Yeah, you're right. Because I have two right here. They're a little bit tall. Yeah.
I'd rather have like a 14, 14, 18.
Yeah, I agree. I do.
Yeah.
I like the wider.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Because then you could put your lay boxes in and it's not crowded if you have females.
How many gallons are the container store bins? I think they're 12, 12, 20s.
Yeah.
But it's 12, tipped 12, on 20. The side.
Yeah, sideways.
So that's a great bin. I mean,
I like
size
I
wise.
Like
yeah, we all have some. Me, AJ, Brian all have some of those.
Zilla does a 12, 12, 20. I don't want the height. I wish I could have it be 16.
Yeah.
Need a little more space. The Gecko Don, dude. All these people are coming in late today. What's going on?
I know everybody's late.
Which Gecko Don? Is that the
DJ?
DJ.
The sprinkle. The sprinkler.
The Gecko.
I haven't talked to DJ in a long time.
Gecko Sprinkles.
DJ, I was in North Carolina in your hood last 2 weeks ago. Was it 2 weeks ago?
And you didn't visit him?
You didn't go to the Sprinkle residence?
No. He didn't invite me.
Yeah. Well, you also didn't tell him you were here, so that doesn't help.
Secret visits. Awesome. You guys have any other things to cap it off? Close it out? We good?
If anybody's here and doesn't know, we already talked about the Pangia things. So
yeah, we already talked about Pangia. So rewatch this episode. The first half of it we were just talking about Pangia. John DeBoer was in, and he's trying to clarify a few things. So if you want to learn a little bit, feel free. But yeah, it was good. You guys have any shout outs? Anything? We all have Palm Street Lives next week.
I might take next week off.
Okay,
I might, because I
feel like
I have so many geckos.
I mean,
to take care of and ship and do all this stuff. I'm like, I kind of need like
a break.
I've been running really hard. I've kind of burnt the candle at both ends for a while. I might need to take a week off. So.
I feel like
a week off of selling geckos.
Yeah, see, I don't know how you guys do it weekly. I can't do it. It's just like
I've done it every single week. I just sell less animals at this point. I don't have as many animals as you guys.
Yeah, but you're doing average 2 to 3 hour lives.
Yeah, like
that wears me out, man.
Dude, after those lives, I've legit like my face just kind of melts. I'm just like so tired, you know.
After those lives, I'm up until 2 a.m. with a headache. Yeah.
Oh, me too. I get a headache too after those lives. I don't know why.
Yeah, Brian, it doesn't help when I eat a bunch of beef and broccoli right after the live too.
Yeah, after this, I'm eating eggplant parmesan today.
Dude, I had a cauliflower parmesan yesterday.
Oh, too healthy.
It's actually pretty good. So.
Did you have a tofu parmesan?
Bro, you just said you had cauliflower parmesan. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, it was a cauliflower sliced up and then parmesan on top of it.
No.
Why? It's about to be a joke I don't know about.
Oh my goodness.
It's not a joke. Brian just can't imagine eating that.
Yeah. Bro, I hate veggies. The only vegetable I eat is onions.
Don't eat any carrots, Brian. They're really high in cadmium. So
at least it's a little bit big.
That's why I'm healthy. Big. I don't eat vegetables.
That's true. The heavy metals, you're low in them.
Alicia, go to 58. Go to Walmart 58. How much are those, AJ?
$7.
$7 is like 10. It's super cheap.
Yeah. But the problem is at my Walmarts, if there's like 20 of them stacked up, 15 of them are broken. So you have to dig through 20 to get 5 that aren't broken.
My Walmart is hard to find a good one. That's true.
But Walmart.com, just get them delivered.
You gotta go to the more hoodie areas of Walmarts to get the good ones.
The one next to Waffle House.
That's where I go, and they're all broken. So.
Oh my goodness. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, hit up AJ. Do you have a YouTube coming up this week? No. No, you just said you're gonna take a break.
I'm gonna do so tomorrow. My goal is to have I'm gonna try to have a update either Friday or Saturday morning on. I'm thinking Morph Market. I'm gonna put a bunch of like Sable, Frap, stuff like that up. Just like Morph stuff.
All right, cool. So keep an eye out on that
the high end ones I've been hoarding.
Yeah,
so
gotcha. And then Brian, you have any sales going on? Any shows? Or just Palm next week?
Just Palm next week, and then
Wednesday?
Tuesday.
Okay. Tuesday. I'm Monday. I'll be on Monday. I'm just selling a small handful of animals, but just more to hang out.
Yeah. Maybe I'll still go live, but I just won't sell, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll see what I do.
You can hang out. Cool.
Oh, we could do one of those hangout
collab lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we can dump 3 of us in there, that'd be fun.
Oh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah.
we could also do where like I go on for a while and then I get off, Brian comes on.
We'll tag team 6 hours.
Oh, that'd be fun. And
dude,
then
we should do it on a weekend. We should do it on like a holiday, like a New Year's Eve or something, you know?
I've said I wanted to do like a 12-hour live stream or not a 24-hour live stream, but like an all day.
That'd be kind of cool.
That's like flexi status.
I know where people got to see you eat 3 meals during this live.
That's crazy.
That would be funny. And then you just set the camera up and let people watch you sleep.
Watch you change poopy diapers.
This is going to be like the Truman Show.
Yeah, the Truman Show.
That'd be amazing.
We'll just keep going. We'll take you to our doctor's appointments while we're still on the live.
Bro,
they're hitting your knee.
You should just go. You should just go like do a live stream and go to Summit Avenue, and then just stream yourself walking around.
I'll go to Summit. I'll go to Randleman Road. It'll be fun.
Dude, next time us here together, we'll just like we'll go to like go eat Waffle House and just.
Oh yeah, bro.
When we did our Waffle House stream, that was crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
People were like watching. It was like 50 people watching that.
It was 2 in the morning. We were at Waffle House. There was 50 people watching us eat Waffle House. It was so awesome.
That's so funny. It was like Noelle was with you guys, right, AJ?
Yeah, I don't know how we got Noelle to go. Yeah,
there's Noelle, AJ, and Gabby on their auction live.
We're like, all right, we're going off of YouTube. We're turning on Instagram Live. All right, we're going to Waffle House.
Andrew's doing it all later. Andrew,
there.
We're waiting. We're waiting for you, man.
I wonder what would happen if you went live on Palm at like 2 in the morning.
Bro,
started.
So in 2 in the morning, sometimes I'm on there just because I'm awake. I'll browse. I'm like, people are on there at all times of the day. It's really wild. I mean, it's not a lot of viewership, but people are on there all the time. It's really crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. You had Dandy Plants. She was on at 6 a.m. Eastern time, and which is 5 a.m. her time, and there was like 90 people in there.
Dang, 5 a.m.
5 a.m. 90 people.
One time I was it was literally like 2 a.m. and then Next World Exotics was on Palm, John, and he was like as live as ever. Like he's just awake and selling plants. I was like, this is
crazy. Are you talking about John?
Yeah, Next World.
John doesn't wake up till 4 p.m. He stays up all night and then sleeps till 4 p.m.
Okay, so he takes the night shift. He likes
he's nocturnal.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense now. But it's crazy because there's a good amount of people on there. It's crazy.
Apparently, there's a lot of other nocturnal people out there.
Yeah,
the night shift folks.
Awesome. So, you good?
I'm
good.
We went way past 2 hours, but good hanging out. It was good fun. It was really fun. Good engagement in the chat. So appreciate you all. There was like up to 80 people on here the whole like a good amount of time. So
wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
you guys are the best.
Really
love you all.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Take care, and we will see you guys soon. Next week we'll have a podcast with Nick at HKD Geckos, who won Gold Standard Club Best Animal or something for one of his animals. We'll talk about that. So stay tuned.
Something.
You want something? I'm not sure. We'll clarify.
He's a champion of some variety. We don't know.
We're all champions.
We'll let him tell you. No.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. See you guys. Thanks,
guys.
Night.
Thank you.
Later.
Bye.